Welcome to FinBot Insights. Today, we are deconstructing the financial chameleon known as Bitcoin, an asset that presents a fundamental paradox to investors and regulators alike.
The entire debate around Bitcoin's role in a portfolio is often trapped in a simple but ultimately flawed binary choice. Is it a protective hedge, or is it a speculative hazard?
Two dominant and frankly contradictory narratives have emerged. The digital gold thesis argues it's a safe haven, a diversifier when markets get turbulent. On the other hand, the risk-on amplifier thesis claims it does the exact opposite, acting as a high-beta asset that pours fuel on the fire during a crisis. These two views are fundamentally incompatible.
In this analysis, we are going to dismantle that false dichotomy. We'll do this by introducing a more powerful and accurate framework, the concept of regime dependency.
You see, the empirical evidence shows that Bitcoin's financial identity is not static at all. Its entire character shifts and adapts to the prevailing market environment. This means we've been asking the wrong question. The correct question is not what Bitcoin is, but when it behaves a certain way.
So, this brings us to the problem with static models. The persistent confusion surrounding Bitcoin's true nature stems directly from the fact that conventional analytical tools are simply not built for this kind of dynamic reality. Models like the ones you see here provide a fixed snapshot of a system that is constantly in motion. They struggle with sudden structural changes because they rely on rigid assumptions. Their common fatal flaw is that they impose a theory onto the market, rather than allowing the data itself to reveal the underlying structure. To perceive the full picture, and how it evolves over time, we need a much more sophisticated methodology, one that allows us to see in 4 dimensions.
That methodology is the TVP-VAR-SV model. Now, it is a complex name, but its function is elegant. It's a framework that allows all parameters, correlations, volatility, everything, to adapt over time. And crucially, it endogenously detects these regime shifts directly from the data without us imposing any prior assumptions.
As this comparison illustrates, the difference in capability is profound. The older models are partially blind. Only the TVP-VAR-SV model fully captures structural breaks, regime shifts, and state condition spillovers in a single design. It offers a truly superior lens for observing this financial chameleon.
And what this advanced model reveals is a clear, data-backed reality. We see a tale of 2 regimes, where Bitcoin behaves as 2 entirely different assets depending on the market environment.
During calm markets, which the model identifies as periods of low latent volatility, Bitcoin decouples from traditional assets. It behaves like a genuine diversifier. In fact, during these tranquil periods, its contribution to the forecast error variance of assets like the S&P 500 and gold drops below 2%. That makes it, statistically speaking, uncorrelated. However, when the market enters a crisis mode, its behavior shifts dramatically. It transforms from a diversifier into a potent source of financial contagion.
This chart illustrates that shift with stunning precision. In high-volatility states, Bitcoin's shock transmission to equities like the NASDAQ more than doubles. This confirms it acts as a systemic risk amplifier at the precise moment when diversification is needed most.
This insight is not merely academic. It holds profound and actionable implications for portfolio construction. This is about strategy in a shifting world. A regime-aware allocation strategy, one that adjusts exposure based on the model's signals, improves the Sharpe ratio by a staggering 46% compared to a simple, static allocation rule. That is a massive improvement in risk-adjusted return.
Beyond that, this framework also provides strong validation for a powerful contrarian approach. It demonstrates that the moments of maximum market despair have historically been the points of maximum opportunity.
Investing during these 3 distinct periods of deep negative sentiment, the post-crash bottom of 2018, the COVID panic of 2020, and the crypto winter of 2022 produced absolutely extraordinary returns. The results here underscore the immense potential for alpha, that is, returns above the market average, that is available to investors who can correctly identify and act upon these shifts in market regimes. But this isn't just about investment strategy. This dynamic understanding of Bitcoin provides critical intelligence for policymakers, creating what we can call a new regulatory calculus.
Recognizing Bitcoin's dual role is essential for effective oversight. It means static risk tools are insufficient. It supports enhanced stress testing under frameworks like Basel III. And it provides a perfect risk monitoring tool for regulations like the EU's Markets in Crypto Assets Framework, or MiCA.
This brings us to the central thesis of this entire analysis, a crucial reminder for anyone navigating today's financial ecosystem. Markets move in regimes, not averages. Averages conceal the very dynamics that actually define risk and opportunity.
And this frames the fundamental challenge for all modern investors and regulators. Perhaps the greatest risk we face is not volatility itself, but rather our inability to perceive its changing nature.
We hope this analysis provides you with a more sophisticated framework for thinking about digital assets. But let us be perfectly clear. This is not financial advice. You should not trust social media influencers, and that absolutely includes this channel. Conduct your own rigorous research. If you found this data-driven analysis valuable, click like and subscribe to FinBot Insights.